Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for joining me today. My name is Brian. I specialize in toy photography. You can find me across all my platforms at Because It's Fun. Alright, so this photograph I actually took on the same weekend, even though I didn't post it. It wasn't my consecutive post after this Punisher one. I was actually on the fence with this one. I wasn't really even sure that I liked it enough to post it at all, so I kind of put it on the back burner. So this is the photograph here. This is the Storm Shadow from Mezco Toys, and this one I just was kind of playing around with the figure. I wanted to shoot something with the bow, and so I kind of started playing around with the figure, posing them up. Came up with the pose that I really liked, and then I had to go through the painstaking process of trying to figure out what the hell to put on the background. And so in this one I did use the probe lens, which I kind of had set out to do that in the first place because I wanted to get that low, kind of up close, unique look that lens gives you. And so the first thing I did basically was put Storm Shadow on a flight stand and kind of started trying to build it a little bit from there. I added the other character is the Gold Skull Ninja in the corner that's getting shot with the arrow. And the head sculpt I put on that is actually that head sculpt went with it was a separate little pack you could buy for the original Doc Nocturnal. That's what that head sculpt is from. I don't have that figure anymore, but I still have the little pack because that was separate. And so I thought, okay, well, I don't know. I'm on a kick lately where I shouldn't say I'm on a kick. I love doing snowy scenes. I guess that's my pining for cooler weather. And so I want to do kind of a snowy scene, and I thought, well, let's do some sort of a Japanese architecture type background. And so this background is also one that I used. That Microsoft program to create. And I went in and typed. I'm trying to think. I must have typed something to do with snow in it, snowy traditional Japanese architecture or something. And this is one actually I had to do several times. A lot of times because when you type something in and tell it to do it, it generates 4 images at a time, and most of the time I don't have to do that more than a couple times. But I remember on this one I had to do it several times till I finally got something that I liked. And yeah, when I threw that up on the background, I was kind of looking through the camera. I felt like it was lacking. I mean, granted, I did get really close to that character, and so that obviously is going to limit what you can put in the frame. I felt like it was lacking depth. I liked the pose. I liked the kind of overall environment, kind of feel of the photograph. But like I said, it was lacking that depth. The only other thing I ended up adding was I had some fake branches that look like dead, or branches without leaves on them or whatever. And so I kind of added those in the back behind the character just to add a little bit more depth. Like I said, I still wasn't sure if I really liked it enough to post it or not. So on this one I used, like I said, the probe lens. My aperture was set at a 13. My shutter speed was 1/4 of a second, and my ISO was 400. And as usual, guys, I want to give you the quick spiel. If you're not subscribed, I would certainly appreciate that. And if you don't want to subscribe, I would at least appreciate a thumbs up. And if you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. I will get back to you. I always do. For those of you that have been showing love and support, I greatly appreciate you guys. This YouTube is a tough thing, man. It's a much slower, organic growing process than Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all that kind of stuff, and it's tough. When I do my behind the scenes for my quick 10 or so second behind the scenes for all the other platforms, those literally in the editing process, I can break those down and have them ready to go in 10 to 15 minutes. They're super quick. So that's why I've been doing this for a while and do those all day long. But then, like I mentioned earlier, these videos, I mean, I don't really know, because I usually start editing them and do it over the course of a few days. But I have no doubt I'm putting at least 4 to 5 hours into just the edits of these things. So yeah, they're a lot of work. I don't want to get deterred and stop doing them. My goal, in all honesty, is to try to get at least my account to monetization status, which in order to do that, you've got to have 1,000 subscribers, which I'm almost halfway there. So that's really not that bad. The real hurdle is you have to have 4,000 watch hours, and I think I'm at like 37 watch hours or something. So that's that's going to be tough, and you have 1 year time frame to do that. So I don't know, is it reasonable? I mean, I guess it is. It's obviously a lot of people do it, and my hope is that as you know, as I gain more and more followers, that 4,000 will become more attainable, because right now it doesn't seem like it, but hopefully it will be. Because like I said, I don't want to stop doing these, but I guess my biggest fear is that eventually if I don't get to that point after a while, I'll be like, man, this just not worth putting this much time in. Because not only, like I said, is it 4 or 5 hours at least in the edits, I got to set up all my equipment, do this interview process, and then what I usually do is I'll do the interview for however many photos I've got in the pipeline. So it might be 3 to 5 of these interview type videos, and so that's obviously time consuming as well. So yeah, like I said, I greatly appreciate those of you who have been watching these videos and liking and subscribed and all that, guys. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, if you're here for the first time or not subscribed or whatever, I certainly would appreciate that. All right, so let's jump on over to the behind the scenes.